When you've done everything that you can possibly do and it's not working out the way that you had it envisioned that it should have worked out, what do you do then? And that's what we're going to talk about this morning on Morning Meditation. I am Ann Morrison, and this is Ascension Studios. So whether it is a relationship, I've done everything I could possibly do. Whether it is a health issue, I have done everything I was told to, everything that I can possibly do. Whether it was learning to do something or achieving a goal or manifesting a dream, all of those things. As soon as you get down to the point where I've done everything I can possibly do, what you're telling the universe is it's impossible for this to go the way I want it to. You have said it in your own statement to yourself, to the universe, to everything else around you. You have said, I have done everything I can possibly do. And the one thing you haven't been able to do and maintain or correct, because I've done this too. I learned the hard way on this one. What you haven't done is believed that it could be true. And I'm going to say that again because that's really important. And it's not try to believe. You just believe it. What you haven't done is truly believe that it could turn out that way. We get used to a certain way that life is going. We do. And if we're told that there's limits, we believe that there's limits. If we're told that it can't happen, we believe it can't happen. If we're told that we're going to be sick and die, we're going to be sick and die until we change the way that we put our thought patterns out. Yes, you came to a place where you did believe it once for a few minutes. And at that point in time, you hold on to and you really do a mental filing of that moment, that emotion, that energy signature, and you hold on to it because that is exactly the state that you need to put yourself into the next time that you doubt. We were taught to doubt. Our brain is trying to keep us safe, and it is leading us to doubt. So, we have to take that memory of the time when, yes, I felt it. Yes, I believed it. I have been there. I've tried that. And we have to remember that each time we fall and each time we take it down a little bit, that is the emotion, the feeling, and the place that we need to put back into our bodies for that moment. Hold it for as many minutes as we can. And this actually teaches us a new way of being. If I start falling down on my belief, which is easy when you're going through any of those situations because they're tough. They really are. You have to stop and know, wait a minute. Go back. This is the feeling that happens when I think of those things. This is me happy and joyful and believing and seeing myself in that place where everything worked out and being able to visualize the entirety of it working the way I saw it. And this has to happen every time. We didn't spend one time building up our doubt circuits. We spent thousands of times building up our doubt circuits. It is a practice. And it's a rest of your life practice. It really is. It would be nice if we could all just learn a totally different way of thinking, believing, and moving forward than what we've used our whole life. But, we're not selling fairy tales here. We're selling things that work. And what works is you taking the time and truly changing from the inside out the way that we speak to, engage with, and see our future. And it takes a lot of repetition. I still fall all the time. And I have a pretty darn good life. I do. It is not a matter of perfection. And I haven't seen anybody doing perfection in this without having a really good acting voice to go with it. It's about making a commitment to yourself. Part of my new practice is when I find myself falling off of the belief scale, I go back to the memory of the last time that I had a true full belief out of the situation, and I re-embody that for as long as I can, even if it's only half a minute. It makes a difference because you're sending a different signal to your brain. You're not telling your brain, this shit ain't ever happening. You're telling your brain, no, I do believe that this happens, and I'm going to see it instead of repeating the same negativity that got me to the place where I had to think for a moment that this was the best that it got, and it's not. My life each year keeps getting better. I keep changing my words, I keep changing my presence in the world, I keep repositiving, I keep realigning the nature and the connection and the energy, and the wonderful people that I meet keep getting better and better, and I still keep constantly pulling myself out of those negative thoughts. It is now a natural part of my practice that if they show up, I have an already predetermined path I'm going down to handle them properly. And to turn that around and to give myself back into a place where I spend more of my time in the joy and appreciation of my life than I do in the I've done everything I can do, it just ain't possible part of my life. One of these days may or may not ever be over. But the more that I do this, the more things manifest, and the more my health gets better, and the more that I feel more contentment and self-satisfaction every day, which can lead to more moments of joy and experience and expression. And my health, which used to be in the damn toilet, it's pretty damn good. And I'm wonderful with that, and I still visualize myself in perfect health, doing hikes all over mountains, running across green fields, and my relationship, every time I start nagging and needling on something little, I remind myself, wait a minute, this is what all the good is in the relationship. Why on earth does that even matter? And if it does, what is the most constructive way to bring it up in a conversation instead of an argument to be able to handle it? If everything in my life is just not going the way that I want it to, then I need to change the way that I am showing up and experiencing and interacting with the world, with my thoughts, with my voice, because I am the creator. There's no one else to blame here. Maybe somebody else got in the middle of something somewhere. But when it comes down to it, I'm the creator. And if I am not doing the things that could help to put me on a better path, then how can I go about blaming other people for what their role might have been in something or other? Got to take care of business at home first. Take care of your business. Pick up after yourself. That's all this is. We lay down some shit on the floor So we can walk across it in self-pity, and then let's pick that up, let's clean that floor, and let's move on. We are so used to doing this. You get so used to doing this that it becomes the norm. And when it's the norm, it becomes a habit. And a habit is something that you work on not doing until the new habit is not doing it. And you fill yourself with the positive things. In a relationship, fill yourself with the positive points of your partner. In a health situation, I can walk, I can breathe, I can meditate, I have tools for Tai Chi, Qigong. I can use my mind by watching morning meditations. I can do quiet times through the day. I can connect myself to the earth. I can go to healers in all sorts of different arenas. And I can choose what makes sense for me. And my world is not laying out before my feet as it's supposed to. Maybe you have another lesson to learn before the next step actually manifests. So you take what you can see, like the bits and pieces that I can see of our future, the retreat center. You take the part that you can see and you find yourself walking through it. We're going to take whatever scenario is with you, and we're going to take the time in a meditation, an active meditation for us crazy creatives, and we're going to walk our happy butts through there and see what the result we want looks like. Create that point in time where we are truly believing the results, thus manifesting those results, so that we can use it as a stopgap point to put in the place of every time that we habitually go back into that negative thinking spiral. Simple, quick, let's go. Okay. We're going to start off in ego, right here, solar plexus. Because believing in ourselves when we speak is important for us. It does truly change our perspective on the world. And we're the ones that know when we're exaggerating or fibbing or any of that stuff. So, right here, we're going to start off in yellow. Build up this ownership of ourselves, of our path, of our body, of our reality, of everything that we create on this earth. This is our ownership of it. This is how we see it. We see it proudly. We see it as something that we have created. We see it as something that we have every right and every responsibility to take into our hands and do something with if we choose something different than what we got. Let's bring it down, orange and red. Connect your feet to the bare ground if at all possible. Feel the grounding of the electric body into the solidity of the earth. Bring it back up into green, pink, and turquoise, and indigo, and connect to the higher power, the ether, the spirit realm, the home of gods, the place where we create the ether. Download the next step and the unconditional love. And let it wash over all the way down. Come into the mind palace and calm the tornado. Let's put up a big screen all the way around this wonderful rounded building. inside our head. I see it as rounded because our head's rounded. And let's put up a screen all the way around. And let's put up ourselves doing something we love, want to do, imagined, planned on. Maybe it's traveling through a cathedral in Portugal. Maybe it's climbing a mountain. Maybe it is swimming in an ocean. Maybe it is simply walking to the store. And see ourselves doing that healthy, without any negativities. Smiling, noticing the foliage around us. Seeing the other forms of life everywhere we look. Is it a beautiful day? And a beautiful day to you, is that fluffy clouds? Is that a nice little rain? Yeah, what kind of day is it? See ourselves now, feel our body doing this activity. Let's take the mountain climbing. Feel going up. Our muscles responding beautifully. A little bit of challenge, a little bit of anxiety, excitement. And reaching the top and seeing the vastness of what is around us. Wow, that's beautiful. Let's do this with our relationships. Let's see ourselves and our partner in the most beautiful way, doing something we both enjoy and love, and laughing and playing and having fun together. And let's see our life. Where is it that you've called to be in service? I see you acting out and doing that. Let the creation and the expression flow, and let the visual images flood the screen, and take note of the feeling in your entire body when you see yourself making that next step. Because there's always a next step. Oh, congratulations. Good for you. I knew you could do it. Wow, how cool. And back up to the ether. Allow the unconditional love. Allow the download of the next step. Bring it down. Feeling the different energies all starting to harmonize their frequencies together, creating this wonderful song of life that we are living. Connect to the earth and all the particle bound, like you, living upon it. And then come back and remember that it is never true that you've done all you can do, because you're still here, which means there's more to do. Namaste.